All good things must come to an end. And that's where we are today in Yoshi's Island. The final stages, 6-5 through 8. They're gonna ramp up the difficulty for us, sort of. We'll see just how tough it really gets. But the Very Loooooong Cave leads up to it. No, leads up to a lot of fun stuff. It lives up to its name as well. So you want to get as many eggs here as you possibly can, since it's your first chance to get some. And watch out for all them rolling stones. This one's taken me a little while to record, so you'll have to forgive me if I get all goofy when acting a fool. But that's what I do, man. That's what you're here for sometimes. Unless you're not here for that, in which case that's okay too. Watch out for that guy. He will jump across, knock you around. You don't really need the fire, though, because you want to get more eggs. So keep getting them eggs. Do your best, okay? Try very hard. And get all them stars, except for those stars, because you have to go down here to get some hidden red coins, which is very obnoxious. Let me tell you something. And I don't know how I didn't get those coins over there, but it doesn't really matter. All now, we're just avoiding these little flame enemies. And get a red coin. That one you gotta be careful with, because he'll fly underneath you, and you have to run and get him if you miss him while he's flying down. And this boulder is not necessary to clearing that puzzle, but if you wanted to stop it and use it to roll around, you certainly could. Another boulder is going to be something like that, and we're going to have to use it later. But until then, this is actually a fairly interesting auto-scrolling level, because it's difficult. It is quite difficult. There's really no two ways about it. But that doesn't mean that it's bad, obviously. It just means that you have to be extra careful. Getting 100% in this stage does require a lot of effort, though. You have to really know where everything's going to be. You can't do it your first try, more than likely. You really have to be able to dictate where everything's going to show up. Like that flower you could absolutely get, even if you didn't know where it was going to be. But stuff like getting that red coin shy guy, well, that wouldn't be very easy at all. You would have to have a lot of foreknowledge to do this properly, but if you're just playing this for the first time, not going for 100%, I mean, you're going to have a good time, as long as you're very careful. And just make sure not to jump into fires that are jumping all over. And instead of going down like we did earlier, we're going to stay up here, and we'll go back around to get that red coin down there, and that's all we need to do. You could go underneath if you wanted, but there really isn't any difference. Just don't go underneath here. There's nothing but trouble down there, let me tell you that. And that I believe you'll actually die if you go and take that path, since it just crushes you. Which, again, that's not exactly fair. I don't really agree with stuff like that. I think that kind of cheapens the experience a little bit. Now here is a very tricky little jump. That rock starts gaining momentum, and you have to jump up into this door. And it doesn't look so bad, but it is a little harder than you might think. But thankfully, if you're good with your jump, they'll reward you with the star ring. And start throwing some eggs. Why not? Since we're already here, we might as well pick some up. Clear some room out here, and they'll be even nice enough to give you some eggs. And I just like to try and use my eggs, so that I think I can clear out some of the clay that was in the way there. And just keep steady, keep moving forward until you can find some clay, and break as much of it as you can. And it doesn't look like it, but the eggs that it lets you pick up, I believe, are actually sets of 2, which is handy. Not these, though. These are just regular ones, and that was a total accident. I forgot that that was up there. Well, stomp. Thank you, Yoshi. Let's go. Speeding up the auto-scrolling was scaring me for a second. Now, that I just like clearing all of it out. Now I'm pretty much down to my last egg, so I have to be real cautious. Yep, or else I would have been in trouble. Thankfully, they were generous enough to give us some more eggs. We've only got one left, but we won't need it. And this watermelon will be helpful if we choose to use it, which I do. Clears out plenty of clay. I think there's something stuck up in the clay here, actually. Up here? Yep, I knew it. And now get some red coins and flour. You have plenty of time to get them, though, since the auto-scrolling stops, so don't worry about that. But this stage, it takes the auto-scrolling gimmick full stop. It's basically the best thing you could do with a difficult stage auto-scrolling, I think. At least that's how I feel. It's very tricky, but it's obviously not undoable. I don't know. I like it. I hated this level as a kid, but I can see where it's going. I can see the good in it now. I like that that rock just shows up to crush all those skeleton goonies, because you probably didn't have time to kill all of them. But you want to try and jump past all these rocks, which are a little more annoying. Try and get past them as soon as you can, so you have time to do something down the line here. Stomp. 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 And stomp. And get that flower. You don't have a lot of time to do that. I'll be the first to tell you that, because that is not so easy. Whatever, I don't care. Just doesn't matter. Who gives a hoot, as I always say. But 100 points, what more could be asked for? You could say a bonus game, but I'd say nonsense. Who needs it? What's the point to a bonus game in this day and age? Because now we're actually... I don't know. I think of the Very Loooooong Cave probably could have been the penultimate stage. But I like the deep underground maze, too. Oh. And I'm just gonna push this little rock over here. You're gonna need to. Oh, sorry, Mr. Rock. Keep going, Chomp Rock. And there we go. We can jump up here, get some red coins, and some stars. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Stomp on down all the clay. And I believe if you hold down longer, you can stomp through the clay for more periods, or a longer period of time. Now this section's kind of tricky. I mean, the tap-taps will die when you push the Chomp Rock through, but you gotta keep following it past the flames. And I think I pushed the Chomp Rock too far, so we're gonna have to respawn it back here. But you need the Chomp Rock, which is what makes this a little tricky. Because sometimes it decides to despawn off screen, so you have to be cautious. And I like there's one tap-tap just walking away. He doesn't want to deal with this Chomp Rock issue. Let's push it down this way. That's interesting. Usually it doesn't do that. Alright, come here, baby Mario. And we'll go down here and shoot upwards to get the rock. And, well, he doesn't want to be part of our business, so we don't have to crush him. Let's move onwards. Nice! I like crushing. Oh, wait. Was I supposed to... No, I was supposed to use it over here. Sorry. Anyways, we go up and get this here key. Hooray! That was a necessity, though. That wasn't just for getting a bunch of points. I like the completely unnecessary Shy Guy ghosts just to add to the atmosphere. Alright, time to go around. Because we want to get that star ring. The Shy Guy ghosts aren't difficult at all, which is what makes me laugh. Is they're just kind of silly. We'll shoot him, but it's not going to kill him, so whatever. I don't know why. I just really like enemies that aren't terribly difficult, but they're just there to kind of be silly. I have lost Baby Mario far too many times. This is getting ridiculous. Come here. You go away. You're a jerk. Twice. Thrice! You idiot. How dare you. Taking a baby away. You feel no sympathy for anyone, you monster. But see, even after all that, we got 20 stars. Now, let's head down here, use our key, and we'll get to see even more. And the game continues to include this maze. It's still a maze. One could argue that it's amazing. Ha ha ha. But you never thought that you'd hear those words come out of a human being's mouth. But you're wrong. Now don't swallow him so you can get the stars. But see, even after losing all those stars, I'm already almost up to the maximum. So don't worry about it, man. This game ain't so bad all the time. I didn't mean to go all the way down there, but it's okay. You can rectify that. Now we're gonna get this flower, and there's something else up here. And it's a key. I wasn't even paying attention, but there it is. And we don't have any more eggs, so we got one more, and some fire, and, well, the fire's worthless, but just get rid of it. Now get in here, though, because there's more eggs in here, I promise. If you go somewhere in Yoshi's Island, there's probably eggs. Get the flower, eat the sniffets, get the eggs, And you're going to have to go in this room a couple times to get everything it's got to offer. So, yeah, I guess I didn't expect much out of that. I was hoping I could get both coins somehow, but I was just, it wasn't cool enough. I'll get there someday, though, don't you worry. Let's see what's up here. A 1-up, and probably some stars in the left one. Yep. Oh, there. Sorry about the pause. I needed to check how many stars I had. I just wanted to double check. Now this is a little tough. You have to hit it just the right angle, which I seldom do. Alright. Stop. No, Alright. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna get more eggs. I was considering like using a full egg at some point, but it's kind of a waste of time if I can just go in and get some eggs. I'm not gonna use any power-ups generally, so I don't know why I care, but squish him, get this here flower, and eat these guys so they don't become a problem if we jump in the room. And whatever's in here, probably some stars or coins. Pretty much same thing in this day and age. Nothing to worry about. And there's a special section up here. Don't go all the way so you can get those 2 red coins, and jump all the way up. Anything special? Yep, 2 more reds. I like it. I like it a bunch. And stomp down just a little bit, and then all the way. Because there's really nothing special up there yet. Now, let's see if we can do this properly. Hit it at the right angle. There we go! Excellent. Now we just need to get the coins. I don't really care as much about the coins, but there we go! Awesome! That was just the perfect angle. Really, that is not the easiest. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it, I just went about it the wrong way. But that's alright, that's just how I play. And now, if you thought we were done in here, you're completely mistaken. Gotta hop all the way up here, get 2 more red coins and a flower. And I believe that was the last of our flowers. Now, burn those guys to death. Stomp down, and get rid of your fire so you can eat the last fire guy. And it looks like we've got all the red coins, and I think we've got all the stars, so we're good to go. We just need to get to the end of the stage. Spit out a couple more eggs. Do our little angle trick somehow. Maybe we should stand right underneath the arrow? Okay, let's try that again. Alright, let's try this a little better. No? There we go! And what makes a bridge that we can use and lay down on in public like a child. But we can't get up there yet, so we just gotta jump up and run so that enemies do not touch us and take our stars. And be careful to hop gently over here and use our key. Unfortunately, if you didn't have the key, you would be taunted with the key's presence in the middle platform over there. But that's not an issue, so we're going to let this Chomp Rock do our dirty work for us. Get rid of all of these enemies, except for that last one, who, if it hits you, you will be very disappointed in yourself. And see if we get a bonus game, which we don't. But that's alright, it's not a big deal. Just keep on going, you're fine. Keep enjoying life. Everything the world has to offer. Unless you have something to do, in which case you should probably focus on that first. Young lady. And young gentleman. Now this stage... Keep moving. I like the name. That encourages a feeling of fear. As for a penultimate stage, I don't know that it fits. Because we got the big spooky Chomp Rocks chomping after you. This is a cool little interlude, but... whatever. We already saw this. I mean, if this is the first time they did it, if we didn't experience this in the Marching Mildy stage, that might be a little more interesting. You might be more scared of it. This is pretty cool, you having to use the platforms to run across and move past all the Chomp Rocks, but after the Chomp Rock sections, you're really not experiencing that much in terms of fear or difficulty. This is actually a fairly simple stage. honestly, I could see this stage being in, like, the second world or something. This doesn't offer a whole lot in terms of difficulty. Perhaps I'm just getting better at the game, but I don't know. It just... I don't know. I guess that's really all that can be said. I don't know. Hop across and die. Okay. I don't think I'm going to cut that, because I think that needs... absolutely humiliating. You know how... maybe you should never say that something isn't difficult? Because if it... never mind. This is the hardest level in the game by far, clearly. That was just ridiculous. That has nothing to do with the stage. That was me being clumsy because I was so sure of my own powers and confident in my abilities. And... oh boy. But see, we're already right back to where we were, so whatever. Go back up and get the red coins. Just don't bother. Don't jump all the way up on these little count bombs so you actually have a chance to get all the shy guys. One more. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, this time we're not going to be jumping on any spikes, preferable. That's how you're supposed to do it in these games, I believe. I guess I just was horsing around too much. I'm very sorry. And wait for this little platform to give us a ride. Excellent. Don't even have to move horizontally, just hover in the air and wait for them to get you. Sometimes I choose to. It's really not necessary, though. Completely optional. Now finally, we will hop up onto our friends, the count bombs, and oh my goodness, oh no. This really isn't that hard either. It just kind of scares you. It's a fun touch, I like it. It's interesting. Not necessary. Really not necessary. But yeah, the stage, I'd love to be more keen on it, but I just don't have a whole lot to say about it. And as you notice, though, I did stomp on that platform, not just arbitrarily, but actually to illustrate something, and you'll notice that the eggplant there, that is spitting up all them eggs, if you stomp, it will spit them out much faster, and I believe it starts spitting 2 at a time, but I already had maximum eggs, so I didn't think to check. Now, I could have rolled on that dumb little roly-poly thing, but if you can just float down, it's really the same thing. I don't have any desire to rock the boat or anything. Now, go all the way down here. Duck to avoid all the scary stuff. There isn't even any red coins yet, so who cares? Is there even going to be a single one? No, not at all. Alright, now we're going to stomp. Not just to make him spit, but so that the dumb piranha plant over there stops spitting. Get this sniff it so he doesn't shoot at us. We'll be making a return trip over here, so be cautious. Get what you need now, but it doesn't really matter yet. If you miss something, don't be too concerned, since you're gonna come back around. Whoop. And 1 red coin. I'm gonna take this trip down. The reason why? Get a little flower. Now hop back off. Stomp again. Knock him out. And he just stays sleepy. Unfortunately, he's not sitting above any clay, so we couldn't even shoot and knock him down. Right down to the ground, where he would sleep for eternity. I feel sad. I'm almost writing a eulogy for this game, because it's so close to being done, and I've been doing it for so long. It's quite a long game, but I'm not done just yet, so I better keep that in mind. I don't know what to say. I'm not used to playing games quite so long. This might actually be the longest thing I've done for my channel at all. Perhaps opposed to Mega Man Wily Wars, but I think if you put all the time together on these videos and those videos, I would assume that it would be pretty close. Please, someone who has nothing better to do, no life, no job, no friends, calculate those numbers for me. expect an answer, chop chop. There we go. I knew there was a key up there. I wasn't shooting nothing. Oh man, I gotta work tonight. Oh, never mind. There's some eggs up here. That's good. You don't have to get them though, because there's this door over here. And I feel like they kind of arbitrarily threw in a throwing balloons section. Boy howdy. If we're not successful this time, there's no justice in this world. Do you understand that? I'm gonna get used to the keys that I always forget. Yay, Y. Alright, Y is easy, because Y I think I always map to S, and then something else I map to A. It doesn't matter. Something's A. No. I forgot keys that I remembered earlier. Whatever. Just gonna do the... We're just gonna get this wrong on purpose. Never mind. Just never mind. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Alright. Let's go on with the stage. Whatever. Alright, we get to be Super Mario. That's pretty cool. That'll make you feel a little better, I guess. We get to run through all these bandits, get some poetic justice on them for attempting to steal this baby, and get this flower after pushing a couple bandits back. If you would not do that, I'd really appreciate it, Mr. Bandit. Thank you. But again, the stage isn't tremendously difficult. There are a few things that aren't exactly... They're not really counterintuitive, but you just have to kind of be thinking about them, I suppose. A couple things that are slightly difficult, like that flower. That, I suppose, early on you might not know how to get it. Whatever. But, regardless, there's no need to be disdainful towards this game. It's done nothing wrong. It's quite fun. Just that this stage doesn't really make you feel like you're near the end. And that, I don't know exactly what that cloud's supposed to do, but it turns everything into stars, which is quite handy. And thankfully, there was just enough stars, and by just enough, I mean 2. There were just enough stars, and even more if you needed them. How nice. And we'll get all these eggs. And by all, I mean however many we really need. We don't need that many, because we won't be needing them where we're going. Whoop. Avoid that cactus, or else we would be very disappointed and need to use a star power-up. And be careful here. It's shooting cactuses. Oh no. So, just eat them until it can... That's the trick with these. If you have maximum eggs, it's not going to shoot another cactus at you, so... I'm being extra cautious since we just finished our star count. Alright, that should be good. Now, head down the pipe. And, oh no, oh, there's a guy, so just run. And hit the end ring. And we'll... Oh, well that's weird. Usually we get on the dark purple Yoshi, but now we're on green Yoshi. We're going to finish it off just as we've begun. Green Yoshi will be taking us there. And we even get a bonus game for our troubles. How nice. That's exciting, right? Kind of. Oh, slot machine, good. I'm really good at this one. And by that, I mean I'm just gonna stop them wherever, because I'm terrible at this, I don't really care. Oh, I'll try this time. Never mind, whatever, who cares. I used to think that the Shy Guy Star Watermelon meant if you got that weird pairing that you'd get a 1-up, but not quite the case. But enough about watermelons, for we're at King Bowser's castle. And I hope you're ready, folks. Hope you're ready for trouble to emerge. As Kamek is in the background for some reason. And oh my gosh, he's flying at us at top speed. Man's a maniac, and he cannot be stopped. You have to be real cautious in this area, though, because those skeleton goonies will knock you right into that pit. As illustrated. Oops. Okay. Redo. Ignore that. Doesn't matter. We're so close to the end. I don't need to cut deaths. It's pointless. But it doesn't matter. I wasted 30 seconds of your life. You get it back eventually, probably. if the Christians are right, you'll get it back in spades, dog. I don't know that they're right, though. I have no proof. Oh, shoot! Kamek! Watch where you're going. The guy doesn't even have his blinker on. He's getting in my lane. It's getting a little rambunctious. Well, that's okay. And you'll notice, though, you can kind of manipulate where he's going. He'll fly at the same level that you're flying. But he's not too bad. That section's kind of fun. I like it. And then there's another thing that I think is plenty of fun. It's interesting. It's something that I really like. And it's something I think they could pull off anywhere else, but it's really cool that they do it in the last castle. It really increases replayability, and I got the stupid door, and I'm not happy about it. Oh, cool. We get all these nice-looking red coins. What does Mr. Talkbox have to say? Alright. I have no idea what that was in reference to. Oh, well, we'll just knock you into the lava. There doesn't appear to be any lava. Trouble might be afoot. I'm not supposed to let him get in front of me. Okay, you're gonna have to move, Mr. Tap Tap. This is Tap Tap the Golden, and he is completely invincible. There is literally nothing you can do to kill him. But he kindly jumps over us, which is very good, because if he didn't, he probably would have crushed us. So at least he's nice. But I did not accept his kindness, and was crushed in return. Okay. From here on out, how about I cut deaths? That seems like a fair trade. Okay. Forget all of that nonsense. Let's try this again. Hey, hopefully this time we won't get Tap Tap again. We'll get a better door. Because these doors, depending on which one you hit, you might get a better door. But I didn't. Whatever. Alright, anyways. Just forget it. Okay, now you can knock him back, but you're never gonna kill him. It's impossible. And you might think, well, you jumped over that pit, why don't you knock him into the pit? I'd love to. That'd be awesome. He'll still get out. I don't know how, but the man has magic shoes of some kind. Even if he was standing on that lava, he doesn't care. Unlike his brother, there's nothing that will do it. The man is made of solid gold. You hear those jumps, and they get very scary. You gotta shoot him off screen the second he gets too spooky. Because he will. Look, he just fell in that pit. Oh, cool. Well, we're safe now, right? No. He'll be back. You hear him stomping in the background. He just doesn't give a care. It's very scary. Alright. Just keep on walking. Alright, there's not much to worry about. Just have to make sure you get that flower. You don't want to forget it. Where's Tap Tap? I can hear him. I can smell him. There's trouble afoot, Tap Tap, and you're part of it. Stay away from me, please. Back off. I have no time, no desire to see you running at me. I don't like this. I don't appreciate the business you're giving me, Tappy. Almost done, though. I know it. My instincts are telling me we're so close to the end. Please move. I don't like him getting so close. He's riding my tail. I not appreciate it. But really, this part's not that bad. Especially because Tap Tap seems to willingly jump into pits just to demonstrate his invulnerability. I feel Tap Tap is quite a braggart. I just get that impression from him. This kind of comes, unfortunately, not so great after getting hit by Tap Tap. Oops. Please come here, Mario. You should... Oh, well, thank you, Tap Tap. I appreciate that. Now, make sure that we... There we go. This doesn't come so great after the Very Loooooong Cave, because they've already done so much with auto-scrolling. And oh, there's only 2 enemies. I wonder why. To reward us with red coins, of course. And that means we have 5, and we need 17 stars, and 1 more flower, I think. Very ominous, though. Wonder what could be happening. floral patterns, almost like a baby lives here. And interestingly, Kamek starts to fight us one-on-one. And if you let him, he will shoot these spells at you. Very scary, and they will turn the blocks into terrible things. Also, sometimes stars, but it's random what he turns them into, if I'm correct. Which I would assume that I am, unless there's some pattern. But it doesn't matter. Just make sure you're careful. If you hit the block he's underneath, shoot an egg at him, or run at him, he will disappear. Physical contact with Kamek cannot harm you, unless he hits you with his spells. So just make sure you're paying attention to where he's showing up, and you'll be fine. Just keep running all over the place. Obviously, he's not gonna go that far ahead of you. If you see blocks, just realize that's probably where he's going to show up soon. But obviously, he's also not going to spawn right on top of you, so just keep that in mind, and you should be pretty fine. Yeah, Kamek is kind of a pushover. This is basically the closest we actually get to fighting Kamek, spoilers. Oh, one more red coin that I missed, and thank you, Kamek, I needed an extra egg. Whoop! Come here, baby. And unfortunately for me, while I did get all the red coins and everything of that ilk, we do not have quite enough stars, so we're going to resort to something a little different. We're going to be using a power-up. Do we have any plus 10s? Yes, we do. Right there. Why waste one of the plus 20s that we totally need at this point in the game? But a big door for a big boss. It's finally us, mano a mano versus Kamek. He's very scared for some reason. I don't quite understand why. I mean, he just wants to... Oh. Well, that youngster seems to be quite tired. You should put him for a nap. What are you crying about? This is a kid. Oh. Well, you were quite rude, young man. Oh my god. You just killed him, I think. But he seems quite interested in something. Yes, young sir? Well, no, Yoshi's not a donkey. He's some kind of dinosaur. Well, I hardly believe he's yours, little Bowser. So please stay away. The trick to this boss fight is you don't want Bowser to land on you, and after he lands and does his little shockwaves, you want to stomp the floor and create a shockwave yourself. Pretty simple stuff. Whoop. Except you have to be pretty precise when you do the shockwaves. 3 hits and you're done. You got stomped! Get out of here. Wait a minute, what's he gonna do? Oh, so you're gonna make the baby grow up. Oh. I suppose, yeah, that is a feasible thing you could do. Oh. Oh, that's not very good at all. This... Whatever, it's a baby. Babies aren't scary. I've seen several babies. They're not even scary. Oh, we've already fought on the moon. We've fought a big jellyfish thing. We've fought a big fat guy whose pants fall down. Oh. And now we're fighting a big monster dinosaur who is literally bigger than our entire world. Oh boy. It can't be that bad. Oh golly goodness, he's throwing rubble. Okay, these are our safe spots to stand on, and we get a few eggs. What we want to do here is we want to hit Baby Bowser in his nose, or basically his face, and the timing has to be pretty good, or else it'll fly right over him, as I illustrated. And obviously you want to jump right over his fireballs. The timing has to be pretty good on that, too. And sometimes if it just hits his tummy, it's not going to be doing anything. We're not fighting King Hippo here. And as you hit him, you'll knock him back. If you do not hit him enough, and do not knock him back, he will charge into the screen and will be an auto-kill for you, because he'll crush all the platforms you're standing on. And he's stopping, so we must be done. Not quite! He's going to do the rubble attack once more, and make this a little harder for us. Takes out quite a few bits of platform, and if you're standing on them, sorry, but the game's over for you too. Well, not really, you just lose a life, but whatever. And see, he gets a little close, gets pretty scary. Don't let him do that, it's very terrifying. but it's got great music, it's a great atmosphere. I love this last boss. It's really fun. And you'll know when you've won, if you possibly win, which is impossible because this game's so difficult, because he'll stop. That's the end. Later, Bowser, you big jerk. Did we just murder a child? Oh no, he's okay, never mind. And Kamek is so rude to us, calling us things like a meanie. Thinks he'll be back someday. I'll check the Mario wiki, see if he's right. But after all of that, after mercilessly defeating a baby, a stork has been tied up, and we see a little baby! Hi there! Hope you guys are okay. We'll get you down, Mr. Stork, don't worry. And that's the end for you guys. Feels good, doesn't it? It's been a long time coming. Thanks for waiting with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you've had a lot of fun on this little ride. We're not done just yet. There's still a little more to be done. We didn't get 100% for nothing, after all. That wouldn't be very fun. And especially, we have to make sure that Yoshi does his finest to murder innocents. Take this path here. Allah Akbar. Peace has finally been reclaimed. Probably. I don't know. What's this? A little bird appears to be flying. Could it be related to that stork we saw? I would say that's a possibility. And a beautiful little display of the stork flying through the moonlight night. This is our credits. It's really incredible, man. There isn't a whole lot more that can be said. This song really never fails to put a smile on my face and just remind me of the good times. And really, what more can be said about the retro games that we play? There's a reason that I feel any of us will go back to the classics. It's to remind us of a simpler time that we enjoyed the most of it all. Where things weren't so tough, really pretty relaxing, and everything just fit. But as we grow older and we find our places in life, those comforting memories are never going to be gone. They just relax with us, help us through the bad times, and create new good times for us. And I think that's all that we can really ask of anything that gives us that experience. But I really have nothing more to say. I'll see you guys maybe when we do the next bonus stages. Don't know what video I'll do next, but I think I've got a pretty good idea. Maybe take a little break from Yoshi real fast. But until then, that's the end. Witness the glory of childbirth via stork. Have a good one, my friends. It's been a fun ride.